having a girl now added into the mix, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was a really beautiful couple days, for our family, and everybody's been telling me that this little girl is going to totally change my life. I can already see that right now. But it was, a hectic, really amazing couple of days. I spent, with the family, and was able to take a late flight here last night, and now spend time with the Miami Heat family, and everybody's families are growing, and it's a really cool time.
Congratulations, and I know you're back to work now. And when you get to work, there's always talk about the run it back, Spo, and you heard it all season long. And there are people that think it's a great thing, then they look at it as, well, they didn't upgrade in certain spots. How do you take the whole theory of run it back, having the same core come back and trying to get better?
Yeah, a lot of it is semantics, but in terms of running it back, we want to do more. So we want to be open to the possibilities of how we need to be better. We did not win a championship, so I don't want to just run it back to do what we did last year. And I don't think anybody in this gym wants to do that. We have the continuity, which we do really like. And that helps practice like today and yesterday go a little bit smoother. We're not doing as much install, but I think it's important that we're all intentional about being open-minded, really to not assuming anything and starting training camp with a blank sheet of paper, and let's figure out how we can be better. And the internal improvement and growth of guys and the rhythm and fit of different combinations is important for us to explore.
You talk about the internal improvement. You challenge each guy. Every guy has a specific challenge into the offseason. You guys talk about it. Maybe it's an internal challenge within themselves. As guys come back, you referenced Kyle earlier, obviously Tyler as well, Max, guys that they're trying to get better, especially the younger guys. What do you want to see in them in camp as far as what those improvements have been?
Yeah, everybody has really spent a lot of time this offseason, really putting in time, improving their game, getting in great shape, getting their mindset right, all of that. We had a normal offseason, which we haven't had for the last couple of years. The bottom line is, how can you impact winning? How can you use all these skills that you've developed in the offseason to help us win basketball games? And as you get older and more experienced in this league, you start to realize these are all just tools. And it's not about your individual accomplishments or what you necessarily want to do. I like that ambition. You need that ambition because that's how guys get better, So I don't want to temper that, but it all has to be with that focus on helping this team win basketball games, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
It's interesting because the term, you're a guy maybe more so than anyone in the last decade plus has used the term positionless, and yet as you enter camp from the outside, everybody wants to know about the four. Everybody wants to know about replacing PJ and those kind of things. When you have that mindset where every guy has to kind of get involved in every position, so to speak, how does that, as you go into camp, kind of be a focus? Okay, how do I replace a PJ Tucker?
Yeah, Tuck brought a lot of great at winning intangible things. You have to acknowledge that. You can't just say that it's not there. But we have incredible versatility, and we want to be open to how that'll look different. It's not going to look the same. And quite naturally, it might not just be one guy that provides that. It might be two or three different guys that are providing different things that fill in a lot of those intangible gaps on both sides of the floor. But then can we be open-minded to seeing where those possibilities might help us, in a different way. And you never know until you get out there and you start working through combinations.
Final question, Spo, just on, you referenced it earlier. You didn't get to where you wanted to go last year, and now obviously the goal is always to get to that point. Entering camp, do you feel as strongly that you've got that opportunity, you've got that chip on your shoulder, so to speak, of coming up just short of your goals last year to be able to do it this year?
Yeah, our guys are wired like that. They're extremely competitive, and we know what our goal is. Everybody in the building, knows what we're playing for. Once you set what the intention is for this season, which we have, then you have to get into the process. You don't want to be thinking about that all the time. That's so far down the road, and there's going to be an incredible competition. The Eastern Conference is extremely deep. Every team is, feels at this time of year like they've gotten better and have a great chance to compete for it. We feel, blessed and grateful that we have one of those teams, and we're going to use these next 6 months hopefully to get a lot better and put us in a great position, once the playoffs start.